الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Mariam Saad, author of the Trilingual Sophia book series. Today we're going to be reading book 1 in the series, titled Eid Breakfast at Abuela's. If you have your book, go ahead and grab it so we can read along together. I'll tell you a little bit about myself first. I'm from Anaheim, California. I have 2 kids. Yusuf is 3 years old and Layla is 1. I actually started writing the series soon after Yusuf turned 1. So now that Layla's 1, my goal is to write book 2 pretty soon. And here's our book, Eid Breakfast at Abuela's. This is our main character here, Sophia, and her nickname is Trilingual Sophia. Trilingual, that's a big word. Let's break that up into 2 parts to figure out what it means. We have tri and lingual. Now tri, can you think of a 3-sided shape that starts with tri? A triangle. So tri means 3 and lingual means language. So trilingual Sophia means that Sophia speaks 3 languages. And her 3 languages are here in the title of book 1, Eid Breakfast at Abuela's. Eid is holiday in Arabic. Breakfast is in English, and Abuela is Spanish for grandmother. And this here is Sophia's grandmother. So just to summarize what we just went through, Sophia speaks 3 languages. She's learning them all at once, and they are Arabic, English, and Spanish. We're going to start off by reading, and I do want to mention that there are Spanish words in the book. I'm going to stop at the end of each page and I'm going to refer back to context clues. So that's the clues in the words on the pages, as well as the illustrations, the pictures and drawings. And I want you to guess what those Spanish words mean. All right, we're going to start here on page 1. My name is Sophia, and Ramadan this año was very special. Our first Spanish word in the book is año. We know that Ramadan is a month, and months come by every year. So año means year. We're on this page now. It was the first time that I tried to fast. I drank agua and had some snacks in the morning and afternoon, and then fasted for the last 2 hours of each day. Sophia drank agua. We want to figure out what agua is. If you're not going to be drinking anything for a while, what is one thing you're going to want to have before you start fasting? Water. Agua means water. Who do you think this is here? Sophia's mother. And they're on an airplane together. I'm going to read this page. Even though Mama's family does not celebrate Ramadan or Eid, my Abuela prepared an Eid breakfast for Mama, Baba, and me for the first time. Our Spanish word on this page is Abuela. Abuela means grandmother. Remember the title? It's Eid Breakfast at Abuela's. They're going to Sophia's grandmother's for Eid. To get to Abuela's, we flew in an avión across the country. We left for the airport right after we broke our last fast. Our Spanish word here is avión. What do we fly in to get across the country? We fly in an airplane. So avión means airplane. Here, they're still on the airplane, and Sophia's mom is holding a book that says scrapbook on it. Now let's learn what this scrapbook is all about. Mama brought my scrapbook on the airplane so we could work on it during the long flight. She keeps memorable things there to remind us of my childhood. It has pictures of me learning to walk and the first cuchara that I ever ate with. I used it to eat plain white yogurt sprinkled with tiny black raisins. Cuchara. She used a cuchara to eat yogurt. What do we eat yogurt with? A spoon. Cuchara means spoon. We're on this page now. Sophia is showing us the inside of her scrapbook, and it looks like she's taping something in there to make some new memories for this day. Before I fell asleep for the night flight, I had finished my bolsa of pretzels and taped it to the page about Eid in my scrapbook. It's a bolsa of pretzels. What does that look like there? It's a bag of pretzels. So bolsa means bag. All right, if you remember earlier on, Sophia mentioned that Abuela is inviting herself, her mama, and her baba for Eid. So who do you think this person is here who's with them on the airplane? That's Sophia's dad. We're going to start this page with a quote. Wake up, Rahim. Buenos dias, Sophia. Before I knew it, the airplane had landed and Mama was waking Baba and me up to get ready for Eid prayer. We used the bathroom on the airplane to brush our teeth and change into our Eid clothes. Our Spanish phrase on that page is buenos dias. So her mom says, wake up, Rahim. Buenos dias, Sophia. What do we say in the morning when we see someone other than wake up? We could say good morning. Buenos dias means good morning. On this page here, they're leaving the airport and they've got their luggage with them and they're dressed in really nice clothes, and you could see the people that they're passing by are looking at them. They're like, wow, that family looks very nice. We're going to read this page. I wore my new ropa, a long blue dress with orange sleeves and flowers at the bottom. Our Spanish word is ropa. Her ropa is the dress that she's wearing. Ropa means clothes or outfit. By the way, let me go back to that. This is one of our Eid traditions, isn't it? One of the things that people who celebrate Eid like to do is wear new clothes, right? Where do you think they are here on this page? They're at the masjid. I'm going to read that page for you. After we prayed and met our amigos at the mosque, amigos, let's figure out what that means. We see Sophia and her mom greeting their friend, and in the background, Sophia's dad is greeting his friends. So amigos means friends. And here is another Eid tradition. We go to the mosque to pray, and a lot of times we see our friends and family at the mosque too. So after praying at the mosque, we drove to Abuela's for desayuno. Desayuno. Let's go back to the cover. Eid breakfast at Abuela's. We know it's Eid. We know they're going to Abuela's. And what are they going to be doing at Abuela's? They're going to be having desayuno, which means breakfast. Another Eid tradition, having breakfast with family or friends. Who's that there in the middle? It's Abuela. I'm going to start this page with a quote. Clara, Rahim, and Sophia, I have missed you, mis hijos. Abuela said to us when we arrived at her casa. We each greeted her with a big hug and a kiss on the cheek. Our first Spanish word there is, it's two words actually, mis hijos. She says, I have missed you, mis hijos. So we have here Clara, it's Abuela's daughter. And then we have Rahim, that's Abuela's son-in-law. And we have Sofia, that's Abuela's granddaughter. And she calls them all mis hijos. Mis hijos means my children. Our other Spanish word on that page is casa. When we arrived at her casa. Casa means house. We're on this page here. We've got some decorations going on there. We've got a pyramid-shaped piñata that's about to be hung, and we've got a banner in the back that says Feliz Eid. Let's read this page. Look at how excited Sofia looks to see her family celebrating Eid with them. To my surprise, she had invited my tios, tias, and cousins all to enjoy an Eid breakfast with us. Our Spanish words there are tios and tias. So we see a man and a woman, and Sofia mentions the cousins are there too. So tios means uncles, and tias is aunts. Here is a close-up of the decorations. I'll read that page to you. I am the youngest of my cousins on Mama's side of the family, and also the only one learning tres languages. When I told Abuela that I knew the entire alphabet in English, Arabic, and Spanish, she lifted me up into the air and spun me around. Our Spanish word there is tres. Sofia says that she knows the alphabet in tres languages. Remember, her languages are Arabic, English, and Spanish. So tres means 3. We're here now. Abuela had me so high that I could almost touch the banner that Tío Gabriel had painted. It said Feliz Eid in green, white, and rojo. I asked Abuela if he was named after the angel Jibril. She nodded and rewarded me by letting me be the first to sit down for breakfast. We have a Spanish word here, feliz, in Feliz Eid. As it says in the banner, Feliz Eid. Have you heard the phrase Feliz cumpleaños or Feliz Navidad? So feliz means happy. You say it when you're greeting someone or wishing them a happy holiday or a happy birthday at times. So Feliz Eid means happy Eid. And the other Spanish word there is rojo. The banner is painted in green, white, and rojo. So rojo means red. Oh, look at that. Our food page. Yum, yum, yum. There's a lot of Mexican food there. So we had Mexican decorations, and now we've got Mexican food. The food was set up in the dining room for the grown-ups and in the backyard for the niños. Tia Marta cooked most of the food. She told me that she had made my favorite empanadas. They were filled with pollo and cheese. She also made tacos with eggs and papas, black beans, guacamole, and churros. We have a few Spanish words here. The first one is niños. So Sofia tells us that the grown-ups are eating in the dining room while the niños eat in the backyard. So the niños are the children. And our other Spanish word is empanadas. She tells us that the empanadas are stuffed with pollo and cheese. So it's something that's going to be closed because it's filled with other foods. And it's about the size of your hand. It can also be called a samosa. And the English word for that is pies. Empanadas means pies. Another Spanish word on that page is pollo. Pollo is a type of meat. It goes along well with the cheese inside an empanada. Pollo means chicken. And then we have papas. The tacos had eggs and papas in them. Those go along great for breakfast. Papas might be hard to guess. I'll give you a little clue. It's a vegetable, which also starts with a P in English. And it's pretty good for breakfast. Papas means potatoes. Here's Sophia with her cousins. After eating our breakfast, my cousins and I drank our leche before having any cupcakes. I had already changed out of my Eid dress to keep it crumb-free. When we finished our meal, we counted our teeth. Jose, who is 10, had just lost his last baby tooth. We have one Spanish word here. It's leche. What drink goes along really nicely with cupcakes? Milk. Leche means milk. Here we have a game. It's a Mexican game. Let's learn about this Mexican game. Since he is the oldest, Jose got to choose a game for us to play. He chose Loteria, which is like bingo, but is played with pictures instead of números. So the game is called Loteria. That's the name in Spanish. And it's a game that's like bingo. But when you play bingo, you have cards with numbers on them, right? And Sophia tells us that unlike bingo, Loteria has pictures on the cards instead of the números. So números means numbers. Jose already knew that his nombre was Spanish for Joseph. When I told him that in Arabic it is Yusuf, he felt special about having such a popular name. Nombre. Jose's nombre also means Joseph as well as Yusuf. So nombre means name. We're on this page here. He and the rest of my cousins wanted to learn more Arabic. 2 Arabic palabras were added to their vocabulario. I taught them through a song. It goes, halib, leche, milk. Ma, agua, water. I'd like you to repeat the Arabic, Spanish, and then English words in the song that Sophia teaches her cousins. Repeat each word after me, please. Halib, leche, milk. Ma, agua, water. Now let's sing the song. I'm going to sing one line at a time and I'd like you to sing after me. Halib, leche, milk. Ma, agua, water. There's that page for you to see. We're going to go back to the Spanish words on that page. First, we have palabras. So like Sophia's cousins, you just went over 2 Arabic palabras in that song. Palabras means words. And those palabras were added to their vocabulario. Vocabulario. That's a tricky word, isn't it? What does that mean? Vocabulary. Look at this page here. I want you to take a look at this illustration, try to figure out what's going on. There's a border around this page. See the white border? There's a button here. We have Dio Gabriel close to the picture, close to our image, and then we have the rest of the family standing farther back. So what's Dio Gabriel taking here? He's taking a selfie. Look at that. I'm going to read that page. After some more singing, we gathered for a group fotografia. Fotografia, that means photograph or photo or picture. Here we're revisiting Sophia's scrapbook again. She's saving some important things in there. When I got back home, I printed the photo and added it to my scrapbook to remember this great dia. Dia means day. It sounds like day too, so that's easy to remember. Here's Sophia with her scrapbook in front of her. My familia had a wonderful gathering at Abuela's house. It was fun to be with Mama's family while celebrating Eid. Maybe next year they can all visit us for the first days of Ramadan. Our last Spanish word in the book is familia. Sophia's familia had a wonderful gathering at Abuela's. Familia means family. At the end of the book here, we have a glossary with all 30 Spanish words that we just went through. Along with the Spanish words, there's the English translation as well as the Arabic translation. I'll go over one line. The first one is año, year, am. I hope you learned a couple of new words today while reading along with me. I am very happy that we went over Eid breakfast at Abuela's to celebrate Eid a little bit differently this year. I hope that you have a wonderful Eid, and thank you for joining in, and thank you for the programmers who organized this event. Enjoy the rest of your holiday, inshallah. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
صل وسلم دائما أبدا على